Good morning, Bellows Falls, and welcome to the feed. Here with Marty this morning, and it's April 11th.
We're cruising through April.
Spring
is sprung.
Spring is sprung, not quite yet.
Not yet.
And we're here with Fowler and Betty Haggerty, and we're going to talk about the Women's Club. Got some good stuff to talk about.
We have the perfect thing, the perfect spring event.
Yeah,
actually.
so last
High
year you were
tea.
here. This is your second time on the feed now. Yeah.
It's like old. I heard a rumor.
Yeah,
I heard a rumor that you guys wanted to take over the feed. That's what
That's
I heard.
right.
You wanted to
Yeah,
do your
Betty
own-
was going to be
It's
the
in the
host.
works.
You want to do your
You
own.
don't need
your
to
own
feel
version.
too threatened.
Okay.
No
Okay.
job security issue right
Okay.
Yes,
Just
thank you
checking.
guys for coming on. I know it's not an easy thing, one, to get up early in the morning, and two, to be sitting in front of the TV cameras and talking.
And
All
being
for the
perky.
That's it, and all for the club. And I just have to say that the Bellows Falls Women's Club is the premier service organization of Bellows Falls. Because I don't know if people know, when were you formed?
In 1901.
In
So-
1901.
Do you remember back then, Mike?
Yeah, well, thanks.
One of the oldest.
Boom.
Boom.
One of the oldest clubs in the state, not the oldest. I think St.
Oh, really?
Johnsbury holds that
And-
title.
But yeah, when we look at these others like the Elks and the Moose and the Rotary Club and all, they're like kids compared to you guys. I mean, you've been around, you've been doing it.
Right,
And,
we have.
And people maybe don't realize it, but the building that we're in today is the hospital here. We're at the Health Center in Bellows Falls, is really an outcrop of work that the Women's Club did back in 1911 or 1912, when they got the first visiting nurse to come to Bellows Falls after a kid was injured falling off a streetcar. And they thought that it would.
Streetcar?
Yeah, and they were like this. They were appalled that there was no one to take care of this kid, it's a child, and they sat down and they got a visiting nurse to come, and then all the men. I'm telling your story for you, but all of the men said, "Well, we'll have a hospital," and so they sat down and they created a hospital association, and raised money and did all these things and didn't get it done.
Okay, I'm not going to comment on that.
But
I'm
the
just gonna
women
go.
then came back and said, "What are you guys doing? You don't have to build a whole building. We have plenty of buildings in town." And so they came up with the idea of leasing a house and converting it to the first hospital. And that's what they did. It's
And
amazing.
you guys have been innovative ever since.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually,
Be creative.
you've given. Can you go over a little bit? Because
Of
I
just
do.
the organizations that you give
Yeah.
to every year.
Well, we're very supportive of the Rockingham Library. In fact, I think about 75% of public libraries in the country were started by women's clubs.
Really?
So we can't claim that. This is a Carnegie library, but we're very supportive of that and have been over the course of our history. And we give to the visiting nurses, of course, hearkening back to the fact
Yeah.
that we had hired the first district nurse. I believe that was in 1904, but
It was- yeah.
but the hospital part of that, continuing from that. Supportive of Kern Hatton in our own area. We give what is known as kind news. It's sort of, in our day, was called the Weekly Reader
Oh, okay.
type of
Oh, yeah.
publication with an emphasis on, say, ecology and animals and that. So to two classrooms at Kern Hatton. We've just yesterday came off our more than 40 years of sponsoring an art show at the high school.
Oh, really?
With a little example
Right.
of that
You
in the
can
back.
see
That's the
Yeah,
right
there's-
behind
high
us.
school art show.
Right. So it has evolved nicely. The art department has been very, supportive and cooperative with that. And it goes on to, with the art show, we have a luncheon put on by the Family and Consumer Science teachers and their students, and also entertainment with the band and the chorus.
Wow.
So it
Yes.
becomes a very wonderful and enjoyable afternoon. Parks Place is another spot where we support. The Bellows Falls Police Department's Adopt an Angel at the Christmas time, at the holiday time. We also ongoing support the Canine Unit at the Police Department. So those are just a few. And then along the way, we also get requests that, as far as we can,
Sure.
we honor.
And you meet once a month or every other week?
Once a month.
Once a month.
Second Tuesday.
And it's at the,
At the United Church,
and
Beginning
usually
at
on a
1:30.
like a Tuesday afternoon.
Tuesday afternoon,
Yeah.
1:30.
Yeah. And
Unless
you have
it's a
speakers
luncheon.
sometimes, right?
Yes, most often we
Most
have a
often.
speaker.
I know that you've had
Presentation.
Alex come and talk about
We
Fact
did.
TV. And,
Yes, we did.
yeah, he did a good job.
He did
Yeah,
a
there's-
wonderful job that day.
There's a whole educational program each year that's set up by the committee, and that way we know there's something, we're going to improve our minds as well as having a little treat.
And how many women do you have actively in the club now?
Active, I would say 25 to 30, but membership expands on to close to 50.
Oh, that's
So
great.
we've taken in 6 new women members this year.
And how does one
So-
become active?
Well, I think probably, it's word of mouth, of course, and some publicity, but a personal invitation.
So it's kind of like a
this-
Rotary thing. You're
Right.
asked to
You
join.
know, right.
Yeah.
Asked to join. Yeah.
Or, people can come and express interest in becoming members.
Because I think it operates very quietly. That's the
Okay.
one. That's the one thing that I think you kind of are very, very quiet and very humble about all of the
Yeah.
things that you do.
Well, and the other thing is that Women's Club keeps track of all the volunteer work that we do for other organizations. For education, a lot of us volunteer in the schools.
You cross volunteer with Rotary for the Christmas
Yeah.
event. You guys
Yes.
provide the cookies.
Yeah, so we keep track of that and then report that to the state, and then that gets reported nationally of the number of volunteer hours.
It
That's
is all
great.
about volunteering.
And serving the community, right? So are you looking for, are you recruiting people?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
Mike's interested.
I don't know if I qualify, but.
Just kidding.
I was just asking more about,
Well,
'cause
we've
there-
had new members every year, and
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's been growing. Actually, it's unusual because there's some clubs that have had to disband
Yes.
because they didn't have enough members anymore.
Well, isn't that's a nationwide trend of service organizations in general. It's not just
True.
the women's club. It's just people, for some reason, don't feel that need to serve as much as they used to, or they're too busy.
Or they don't have the time.
Or they don't.
They're
have-
too
yeah,
committed to
they're-
other things.
Everybody's, now everyone's a two-income job, and I think that you guys both work, right?
Well, as somebody who's still kind of working,
Yeah,
it is hard
say.
sometimes to
Yeah.
get to the meetings. I have to arrange
Say.
coverage at the bookstore so that I can go. But
Right.
I think it's important, so. Originally, when I joined, the Women's Club was giving out books to the different schools every year. So we had a project, and I would give them a discount, this teacher discount, so that they could afford to buy books to give to the different school libraries.
Yeah, and meeting in the afternoon, of course, we do, there's a certain population or segment of the population that cannot attend. Whereas if we went into the evening, there'd
Right.
be members that
And
are not
I
comfortable
know
going out in the
of
evening.
It's like a
another
catch
service
20.
organization that's having that same
Okay, sounds
whatever.
familiar.
Yeah,
Sounds
it's like,
familiar.
well, should we try to meet in the
8 o'clock
evening?
meetings for me. I hate 8
Sounds
o'clock
familiar.
meetings.
I know, it's really, it's
It's
difficult.
It
People
is difficult
are-
to find the sweet spot in time. So you have to kind of do the best you can, and then the people that will make it. And, because people can still serve, they can still
Yeah.
help out.
Right.
So,
Precisely.
and one of the big things that you do is you give away a scholarship.
Indeed, I was going to get on to that as well. We, at the high school level, a graduating student receives a scholarship primarily focused on health issues or nursing in particular. That is the criteria, and we turn that over in terms of the selection to the Faculty Awards Committee. But generally, it's a student going on in nursing, so it's,
Yeah,
you have
and
to
in
do
order
that
to
for
do
numbers
that,
of years.
In order to do that, you
You
have
need
to
to
raise
raise
funds.
money.
So here we go.
here we
Here we
get down
go.
to why
Down to the
we're here
nitty-gritty.
today.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
last year, you came up with an interesting idea, and what was that idea?
To have a high tea, and last year it was in the Wyndham lobby. And it's the same day as Herrick's Cove, but it's really a different audience. And people could still go to Herrick's Cove in the morning and then go to this in the afternoon. And it's just a time to relax, and in many cases, there were groups of sisters that attended. There were grandmothers and grandchildren that attended, so it was really a nice family event.
And you sold out last year, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
This last year you had 60 tickets,
60.
and this year
Yeah.
you're moving to a slightly larger venue, and then
Yeah.
going to sell 70? Is that right?
I believe it was 70 that was
Yeah.
announced, right?
70
That's
tickets,
great.
plus we have a raffle in addition to that.
So can you tell, it's kind of, for myself, I understand the concept of high tea, but I think it's kind of a lost, the whole idea of high tea is a little bit of a lost art form. So can you perhaps explain
Well, it's more of
what means
you will be
high
served
tea?
your tea, and then you're going to be served a plate of mixture of sweet, of savory, and then sweet little things like little cucumber sandwiches.
Oh,
and,
really?
You know, the
Uh-huh.
typical things
Very
that you
classy.
think of, very classy. And the menu has been set up, and all the members that are going to make the items it's all set up. So.
And did you find last year, and I think we talked about this ahead of time, but I don't think I checked in with you afterwards, did you find that people really embraced the idea of high tea and got dressed in like white
yeah.
gloves and
Oh,
and
yeah.
their hats, big hats appropriate? Or
I
the
don't
hats
think they
not
were
so
wearing
much?
hats that
Not
much.
so much?
I don't remember.
Would that have been a thing for high
Absolutely.
tea?
I can't
or am
think
I
it
thinking, or am I
originally
more
would've been,
thinking
yeah.
Kentucky Derby?
I have to admit that I came in kind of a little late on the event because I was working at Herrick's Cove. We have a booth there, but I came in for cleanup, and definitely people were all dressed up, and
Yes.
it definitely was a special occasion for everyone.
Yeah. And I guess that's the whole idea. I mean, the idea of high tea would be that it's more of a social, a higher level social event. It's not just a get together. It's more of a. Is there a little bit of ritual
Etiquette?
to it or etiquette? Yeah.
Well, we are on our,
I mean, do you have
best-
to go like this?
No.
Best behavior,
There's no
Mike.
policing of etiquette, but, we all are, just in that mood, to
Yeah,
to
yeah.
have it be
I think the
a
idea
fine-
that you're served everything, so you're
Yes.
sitting and
Yeah.
it's being served to you, and there's
And you're relaxing. It's not you're
Yes.
not rushed.
Yes.
You know you have a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of hours that you can relax and have your refreshments.
fine conversation.
Yeah. That's
which
good.
is kind of a
Sounds
lost
about-
art. Do you ban cell phones? No, I'm just kidding.
Might not be a bad idea.
might not be a bad-
Yeah,
no.
At
there you
least
go.
silence those things.
But I'm
Well, I'm sure there were lots of pictures taken.
I'm sure there were
with the cell
pictures
phones.
taken, yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm sure
right.
that actually inherently people probably got the idea that this was a time to really, which I think is kind of cool. That families went and sisters went and grandmothers and
You
grandchildren.
could go with your sisters.
I could go with my sisters. We could go to high tea. I'll have to
Sounds
I'll have
good.
to ask the girls. Now you're raffling off. Is this part
Yeah,
of
this
the?
is something new this year, right?
I'm just gonna
Yes,
carefully.
Last
Carefully
year, I
bring
think
that
we
over
raffled
here.
off a
you go.
basket full of gift certificates that had been donated by the various
At the tea.
businesses. So this year, we're raffling off the Giclée print of the Jerry Fowler Vilas Bridge. So one of the members made a donation to the library in order to get, or did
To
the,
get a
The club
print.
made the
the
donation.
club made the
I believe.
donation,
Mhm.
okay.
It's a beautiful
And then,
print. I mean, it's kind of hard
Yep.
to see because I think the lights are kind of bouncing off the.
and it's a
I can hold it
really
so I'm
nice
not
frame
getting- whoops,
job
now I
and
got the light
everything,
on
so.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's better. But
There you go.
and if people haven't been in the library, they would see this. It's like
It's
a
magnificent.
5-foot by 5-foot painting that's in above the fireplace in the
Yes.
library. It is magnificent.
And this
And-
even this print is just
And
made
the
colored.
library raised the money to purchase that from Gretchen, so.
Right, and the light in the thing is just amazing. It does look
Yeah,
like,
you walk
Yeah,
in
it's
the
hard
door
to-
and
and it's like
it's
boom.
right
It
there.
really is striking.
By the stacks.
Drop it.
I should say the Friends of the Library raised the money
Yes.
to purchase the.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
With-
And
with the
that
raffle.
picture, the
Yeah.
original picture is featured in Strange Events at the Vilas Bridge. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't realize
Shameless
that.
plug.
Shameless plug for our yes, it plays sort of a major role in the video
It does.
itself because
Yeah,
it
it
focuses people on what happened at the bridge and the legend and all those things. So
You could
just throwing that in there.
explain
Okay.
why we're raising.
Oh, why
Oh,
are we
the
raising
raffle.
money?
So we're raising money, this is part of the additional funds. Oh, this is the
Our community improvement.
Community Improvement Fund,
Project.
and what we're raising money for is a bench.
And
Really?
it's right outside this very building.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
On the ramp.
Wow.
So
Another
this-
plug.
That's why, yes. So that's why we need to sell a lot of raffle tickets. So we have two issues. The $15 a ticket will go towards the scholarship fund, and then the raffle tickets goes towards.
And how much are the
bench.
raffle tickets?
They are
Sure.
usual 6 for $5 or $1
Okay.
each.
All right.
And where can they purchase the tickets? Can they go to the bookstore?
Yeah, the bookstore has them, Simone's has them, and then some of the members
will
have them.
have them as well. So we're
Yeah.
hoping we'll place the bench on the outside ramp.
Right.
You
Now,
know, so people would have a place to just sit and wait for a ride or the bus to come along. Or there are plenty of chairs inside, I realize.
Right.
But
No, that was very
outside.
generous. We talked about this last fall, and the
Okay.
Women's Club has said
Yeah.
that they would like to place a bench out in front of the health center.
Mm-hmm.
And so that people, because the bus comes up, the current comes up pretty much about every hour on the hour during the day, and people need to have a place to wait. And that'd be very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I know Rose, one of our housekeepers, is really going to like it because she's always waits just in the door, but has to
Oh,
come
okay.
out.
Uh-huh.
For her to be able,
Great.
on a nice day, for her to be able
Right.
to wait outside would be really nice.
So that's the reason for the raffle in particular.
Yep.
That's great.
So I hope everyone will support our projects here.
And when are you doing the raffle, just so people know, like the time frame? and
That will
how
be
lo-
on the 8th
Our
Okay.
annual
at our,
meet-
You're,
Right.
okay.
at our annual meeting. So people have time
final
before,
meeting.
so you can get a raffle ticket before the high tea or after the high tea.
Oh, great.
May 8th.
Or during the high tea.
Okay.
I'm sure
I
we'll
just-
sell that.
So people knew how much time. So let's actually go over that, because I think
Yeah,
we
that's right.
talked
We
about
gotta
where
go-
it was, but we didn't kind of give the who, what, when, where, and why. So it's Sunday, May 6th. It's from 3 to 5 p.m. This year it's at the Masonic Temple. And tickets are $15 each. And again, same thing, bookstore, Simone's, or any member.
Yeah.
Okay. And everything benefits the scholarship fund.
Or
Yes.
the,
Or other outreach.
or the bench.
Without-
And the
Yeah,
bench,
yeah.
right, too.
All right.
The scholarship in particular.
Well, thank you for getting up so early and coming out and seeing
I'm
us.
a morning
and-
girl.
Well, I'm a
I'm
morning
fine.
person on the computer, not necessarily out and about.
TV?
Yeah, that's why
It's a
I'm
whole
always
other
late
ball
to
of
8
wax.
o'clock meetings.
Ball of wax to be on TV.
So,
I think we have a clip.
Yes,
correct?
we do. We
Yeah.
have a clip coming up, a tribute to Meera Ashcroft, who was a longtime contributor to Fact TV. She started in 1998 and put on programs all the way through 2017. She did 3 different programs: Storytime with Meera, the Green Mountain Poetry, and Outbites with Meera, where she did interviews. She was sort of like the feed before the feed
She kind of
came along.
was. She did
really.
a lot of
Yeah,
things.
so
Yeah.
she really talked about events and everything.
She was definitely a character.
She was. We also have some, I don't know if it's included in this clip, but there was footage of her skydiving and hang gliding.
Oh, right,
And-
along with your part, right, Mike?
I know, maybe that's why we got along so well. But anyway, thank you guys for coming.
We
and,
thank you. We thank
I
you
think
for
we're going
this
to go to clip
opportunity.
now. Thank you,
Yes.
and we'll go to the
Lori and
high tea.
Kate and Robert and Kathy. It says, thanking you on St. Patrick's Day. May the road rise up to meet you, and may the wind always be at your back. Oh my goodness, there's Nicole.
Yes, we came back a week ago from Florida, and I wanted to be here for Memorial Day because I love.
about the alumni parade?
Oh yeah, we'll be here. I'll be here through November.
Do you fly up or drive?
No, we drive
You drive.
because we need a vehicle
That's
down
the
there.
way to do it. You see everything is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
You want to look there and see if you see anybody out there? Who's watching your show today?
My brother and my dad.
Really? Your brother and dad? Tonight, Ellen told Robert. She had told him for the 100th time. Fuzzy Rabbit looked at the fairy on top of the tree. I'm glad, he said. You'll see Santa when he comes. Robert put some cookies on a plate. So, and where's Girl Bear? I guess she's off with Heather.
I think there's something special about this past week, right, Meera?
What?
Hey, Meera, happy birthday.
Oh gosh, my birthday. My birthday's the 22nd. It went on for a whole week.
I have a pair of binoculars in my drawer because I'm a nosy neighbor.
Well, they help you see everything.
Sometimes I can't really see what's going on. Get them binoculars out.
Then you can see. Yeah. Of course, I usually look at birds.
Love alone is capable of uniting living beings in such a way as to complete and fulfill them.
Thank you for watching.
She was a wonderful person.
She
wasn't
was just
I
kind of just
mean,
watching that and watching her energy, and
always reading.
I like her with
and-
Alma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that was great. Her being with Alma and doing the thing
And she was
Yeah.
a big producer, and it's not easy to be committed, as we were talking
I
about
know.
the women's club, and to
That's-
find the time to
It's-
do something, because when you commit to a show, you really
Yeah, and
gotta
it's
do- you
like
gotta
you got to
do a
do
lot.
the work, you got to do the
it.
footwork, and you got to get in, and you got to do it. We actually have it easy. I mean, as far
we
as
do.
I think, as far as a lot of shows that are done here, because we sort of get along together
Mm-hmm.
most of the time, and just we can chit chat and make things up as we go along. And
Yeah, we can,
we're
I
not
know. I mentioned
having
that-
to read and prepare and.
I mentioned that to your wife this morning. I said, I have no idea what we're going to talk about after the guests leave. And Sue said, I'm sure you'll come up with something.
And we
And we
do.
usually do.
How about local events? We
Local
got some
events.
local events
We do
coming
have
up?
some local events coming up. The Wednesday night classic movie this week is Driving Miss Daisy,
Ah.
which is truly a classic.
Yes.
And it's sponsored by Westminster Cares. So the movie theater is back to its normal schedule now.
Now that Jesus Christ Superstar
Now that
is
Jesus
over.
Christ Superstar is done, and that was a resounding success.
Well, we went Saturday, and it was just unbelievable. I've been talking to people about it ever since. It's such a great event to have come to Bellows Falls and to be done in Bellows Falls by people in Bellows Falls.
That's the thing that it was interesting. I had a conversation, and I'm going a little off topic. I'll get back to local events, but this is pertinent. I was in a situation where someone asked me about Jesus Christ Superstar, and they kind of said, "Well, it's just local theater, right?" Kind of like you know, it's like it's you know, it's going to be kind of like, and I'm like, I think my eyes probably like
Yeah.
bugged out of my head. I'm like, oh no, it's much
Much,
more.
much better.
The quality of the costuming, the set design, the acting, the directing, like every aspect of it, even the ease of buying a ticket.
The production and yeah.
Everything is just top shelf, and I would encourage people, if you missed Jesus Christ Superstar this year, make sure you mark it on your calendar that next year, whatever production happens from Main Street Arts in the theater, that you make sure you get to it, or to any of their other productions that are going to happen throughout the year. They have them at Main Street Arts. They're doing a theater festival this year that they're holding in Rockingham. I don't know exactly where in Rockingham they're doing
We'll
the
have to get
production.
David in
We'll have to
again.
get David in
Once he
again.
recovers from
Once he recovers, I'm
Jesus
sure.
Christ Superstar. I know they're still
But,
cleaning up and doing stuff.
You know, it's theater quality that you should be blown away that you can get around here
Oh, yeah.
conveniently. I mean, people
And-
there was people that came from out of town, from huge distances, to come to Bells Falls to see the production. So it brought
a lot of people
a lot
in
of
town.
people to Bells
We were
Falls.
in. You couldn't find a place to park Saturday. All the restaurants were full. I mean, and I've talked to some other people about this. We talk about developing Bellows Falls
Mm-hmm.
and development. Development for Bellows Falls is probably going to come by somebody who comes into Bellows Falls to see something like Jesus Christ Superstar and say, "Wow, this is a great place. I wish my workers would love it here."
Yeah.
They might not come if they just come in by the like a development person brings them in and tours them around and
Right,
says,
it's a different-
"Oh, this is this." Yeah, but when they see this, just the quality and the commitment of the community is just amazing.
And the energy.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was interesting, Saturday afternoon, I was in downtown BF just before the matinee on Saturday. And there was just the downtown, like you said, there was no parking. There was a ton of people around. They were stopping in the shops. Some of them had eaten lunch in Cafe 7. Some of them were coming from other locations. And there was just a definitive energy in the air on Saturday.
It was really,
So-
really cool. I was talking with Robert McBride yesterday. I'm going to steal his line and I told him I was going to steal it, he sees the downtown as like a convention center,
Mm-hmm.
that all of the things are there. And if you wanted to bring an event, like a convention or something in, or a one-day event, there's a theater where you can put the event on. There's within walking distance. There's shops and places to eat and things to do. And it's just like some people like you might go to Atlanta and go to a convention center. But really, our
A
downtown,
self-contained convention center
our
versus-
downtown
yeah.
is that. It really is.
interesting.
It's really an interesting idea, a concept that I think we might want to promote.
And then the chamber dinner, the annual chamber dinner is next Thursday night, the Person of the Year chamber dinner. That's at the Moose, and you can get tickets from the chamber.
Okay, good.
And we haven't got any inside scoops as to who it might be.
Yeah,
this
you
year,
know, you
but
were trying to get it from Pat today.
I was trying to get the info from Pat
You
today,
were-
and she
but
was
she
not
was
biting.
real-
She was
yeah,
not
she was-
biting.
yep.
And I'm guessing, I don't know if it's too late. It's probably too late to enter somebody, but anyway, annual
It's
chamber
never
dinner.
too late to
Never
enter. If you have someone you want to nominate for Person of the Year, you need to just get it to the chamber
Yep, you
quick.
can do it right on their website.
Yes, all right.
So do we have any other announcements?
No, sure sign of spring. We had bears in our garbage cans last night.
Did you really?
The dogs were going crazy at like 10:30 at night, and I couldn't figure out. I got up and I looked around. I couldn't see anything, and this morning all the
You had some
garbage
big-
cans.
And big bear paw prints?
Well, we couldn't see that part because the
Oh, 'cause there's no
ground is
snow
so
in there. Oh, okay.
frozen still. But,
I see, yeah.
but yeah. Anyway, so I think we're just about out of time.
I believe we
Another
are.
episode of the feed. Who do we have
And
next week?
Next week we have Amy Rounds.
Oh,
who is
yeah,
not only
this
Mother
very special
of the Year,
person.
very, very special honor. She received Mother of the Year, but she's also going to come and talk to us about something that's very near and dear to her heart, and something, again, that I think a lot of the community doesn't know about, is the Special Olympics.
Yes.
And the local connection to Special Olympics. So we're very excited to have Amy next week.
All right, and
we'll
that's it
see
for the
you.
feed. We'll see you next week, folks. Take
Bye,
it easy.
community.
And
That's it, folks, for the feed. Be sure to catch us every Wednesdays at
Do a
7:30
reaction.
a.m. Also, find us on Facebook at Fact TV, or tell us what you think. thefeed8@gmail.com. And don't forget to watch the feed online at www.fact8.com.